I'll hold the mic. Coach, first off, losers of 4 of your last 5, I think 5 of your last 7. Is that kind of any sort of concern coming into Big West?
We're not concerned about who we played or what we've done. We were really concerned about our improvements. We're actually really pleased with the fact that we've played 6 teams in the top 100, and we really like what we've done as far as our offensive side, and we're starting to get a bit more efficient defensively. Really like what we did against UTSA, San Antonio. We had an excellent game start to finish. Didn't get as much practice in through our Christmas break as we'd want to. Airport problems, getting ready for A&M. But feeling this weekend was great for us. We were able to come in New Year's Day and Saturday and get 2 long, good, hard, and really focusing on our defense.
Coach, conference play coming up. Last time we chit-chatted, you said you didn't have the real stats that you wanted to kind of observe if the offense was working, you guys were getting the shots you wanted. You got some games under your belt now. Do you like the way things are clicking? Do you like the way things are working?
We're actually really efficient, pleased with our offense when we're not turning the ball over. And since we're playing faster, and the problems that we've had this year on defense have been mostly related to turnovers on offense. Against Texas A&M and our 3-point shooting percentage defensively, some of the breakdowns that we've had, we're giving up more transition points and more transition threes than we ever have before. So what that means is more possessions. We understand that because we're playing faster, but we're actually turning the ball over some more in our half court, which is hurting us more than our transition game or our fast-paced game. So I would say the biggest issue for us, especially against Hawaii, a team that pressures and doubles and grabs and holds and does a great job turning you over, is getting back to our offensive fundamentals in the half court, which will lead to a better defensive balance once we get back in transition. So good offense without turning the ball over leads to fewer run backs in hard transition.
Coach, but that seems that's kind of interesting because you talk about how you want fewer turnovers, but you want a faster pace. So kind of seems like a double-edged sword.
No, because our transition turnovers are minimal. We're actually getting good shots in transition. It's our half court, because we've spent more time in transition, we've developed a more efficient transition game and not as efficient and tight and disciplined offensive half court game. So a lot of the turnovers we were getting in the 3 or 4 losses that we had were really through half court offense. See the success we had against Fresno State, we defended, but we also had minimal turnovers in our half-court game, and I think that's our biggest concern, especially as you travel and you go through time zones and you go to the other team's courts and you go to fatigue, is being able to control that ball in the half-court in our offense. That'll allow our defense to really improve. So we like the pace that we have in offense, in transition, but we're actually finding out we have more turnovers that lead to baskets out of our half-court.
David Nwaba leading your team in assists by more than double than the next person behind him. Surprising? Do you like the ball in his hand so much? Do you like his distribution?
Yeah, we actually moved David to the point. He has twice as many possessions at the point guard. We've gotten Ridge off the ball. Ridge can shoot the 3. Ridge's shooting percentage off the catch and shoot 3 is about 40-some%. His percentage off the dribble 3 is 20-some%. So we break down shooting percentage, not just whether you made or miss it, but are you making them off catches or are you making them off dribbles? So David's able to strong body, gets there and kick and share. Ridge on the catch and shoot has been a high percentage. Ridge off the dribble shoot is not as effective.
Does that take away from maybe Nwaba's offensive firepower, getting to the rack, getting to the rim, if he might be looking to distribute a little bit more?
Well, we get the ball in his hands more often. That's what we like. We're getting a guy who can get a triple-double. I've challenged David this year to try to get a triple-double. I think that's something the Hawaii kid just the other night, Valdez, got a triple-double, and we think that's something David's capable of. He can get 12, 14 points. He can have a 10-point rebound night, and I do believe he can have a 10-assist night.
Hawaii, you said they're kind of physical team. They like to, move the ball, grab at you a little bit. I mean, game 1 of the Big West, what do you want to come out and see Cal Poly do?
We have to have 12 turnovers or less. If we're not in a position where we take care of the ball, it'll be very difficult for us to have 14, 15 turnovers. They are excellent, not about turning you over, but they capitalize on the turnovers. They score in transition and score quickly. Their 3 guards are as quick with the ball and aggressive up court and scoring effectively as anybody in the conference. we have a ton of respect for what they've done. They played in the championship game last night. They bring about 8 of their top 10 kids back from that team that played played in the Big West Championship and won 20 games last year. So hats off to them. It's going to take a top level performance. But we're pleased that's why we played St. Mary's and USC and UCLA and UNLV and Texas A&M and Fresno State. We've played against a lot of good physical athletic teams. Texas Corpus Christi's 55th, I think, in the nation RPI ranking. So we know we've played 7 teams in the top 100, 125 rankings. That's going to help us tremendously as we play Hawaii.
Ridge with his nose, maybe some more injuries on the team. Health-wise, obviously you want 100%, but is it as good as you can expect right now?
No, we would like to be much healthier. We the worst thing that can happen is your last preseason game, you end up getting banged up. We got Brian Bennett popped the shoulder. We've got Joel Allwich rolled an ankle, couldn't practice today, and we got Ridge. We'll have surgery on Friday on his nose, and we wear the mask through this week. We'll go to Hawaii and be used on a need basis. We practice today for the first time and see if we can go. But we'll have surgery Friday, and we'll be required to wear a mask for 4 weeks or more. So we'll have to deal with it. I mean, nobody's going to send us a little card, and no sympathy cards are going to come out from the conference. So we love to be healthy, but this is competition, and this is it. And that's why we have a deep bench. And Luke Meikle, Josh Martin, Jalen Shedd, Zach Gordon have to step up a little bit. And everyone says, well, do you have too many players? I said, until February 1st, don't tell me you ever have too many players. I mean, depth always takes care of it.
Having the bye early in the Big West, this Saturday you have off, do you like that? Do you prefer it later? Do you prefer it midway through the season?
Well, I think with the bye, I'm always my thing with the bye is always hoping that the bye comes in when you're recovering from some injuries. And sometimes you get it early in the year, middle of the year. When do you get it? The first term and so forth. Are you on the road? The other part I like about our bye, chance of the roll, is that we get a bye after traveling back from Hawaii, which is a strenuous trip to travel over there. It's the most strenuous for us. We drive 3 hours to LA tonight, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, catch a flight, fly over there for 4 or 5 hours, practice, play the game, get up at 5 o'clock the next morning, travel back Thursday, drive up 3 more hours in LA. Traffic will take 5 hours, and the guys won't get home till 8 o'clock. So it's nice to have that bye and not turn around and playing again, Thursday, Saturday.
Coach, talk about the job Coach Gannat has done up in Hawaii. They've had a pretty good start to their season. The only 2 losses are to Big 12 teams, I think, including Oklahoma, who's the #1 team.
Well, I think Grant's done a super job, and we've known him for years. He's been up at St. Mary's, and we've seen him around, and he's also familiar with the program. He was at Hawaii for a while. I'm sure he's feeling a little bit like Luke Walton too. He has a pretty good arsenal of players that he walked into. He's an excellent coach and a great guy. But all coaches that ever coach can tell you the most important thing is having a good talent base, and he's inheriting 7-8 players that were very good last year and played for a championship. And he added a nice piece, the kid by the name of Tamala. And a Tamala kid is a 5th-year senior out of Arizona State. Left-hander, comes off the bench, is giving them a big spark. Bobbitt's playing like an MVP of the conference. Valdez just had a triple-double. Jovanovic and the 2 Stefans, 15 and 33, are both experienced veterans and big 6'11" foreign kids. He's got an arsenal of players that we understand well and we respect their game. He's done a great job, but at the same time, he'll be the first to tell you he stepped into a pretty good talent patch as well.
Yeah, sure. You talked about Ridge's situation health-wise. Where's Joel at? Is he? Are you hoping to have him? Is he taking the trip?
Yeah, we decided that we will take Joel on the trip tonight. He was able to go through maybe 20 or 30 minutes of practice. He broke a sweat and then stepped out and didn't do any of the live scrimmaging. Hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to jump in there and get to maybe half a practice. And he'll be on the bench I would imagine, on an emergency basis if we're in dramatic foul trouble, or he thinks he feels much better on Wednesday that we could get 2 or 3 minutes out of him. in a key spot here or there, we'll use them on that basis.
So you expect like Josh, Luke, some of those guys to get a few more minutes,
Oh,
maybe?
definitely. We'll start with Luke and bring Josh early off the bench.
Got it. Okay. When you talked about tempo, I thought it was a good question, and I wanted to follow up on it. Is you talk about turnovers, but is also like where you take shots too, and at what point in your offense to be able to get back and not give up easy buckets too?
It's one thing that we're committed to is taking that first good one. And we're doing okay in that it still really has come down. When you break it down possession by possession, it really just comes down to the unforced turnover. Every team's going to have a handful of turnovers, and every team's going to have a handful of missed shots. What we've got to get down to is the understanding of how to be aggressive and some of the jump passes, some of the cross-court passes. Some of that's implementing a new guy like Josh Martin's only played 3 or 4 games with us, and clearly trying to get together the teammates under game conditions. You can practice all you want. I equate that to guys who practice their speech in front of the mirror, and then you see the audience. It's a little harder to be a public speaker. Anybody who's done any public speaking, until you see the 1,000 people looking at you and a TV camera in your face, it's a little different game.
Talk to me about this kind of stretch right now. You guys have a game, what was it, last Tuesday or night, Wednesday night, whatever it was. You got a week off, and then this game, and then another whole week off. You talked about practice and not being able to get a lot of it in Texas, but are you looking at this time, even though you're traveling to Hawaii, to maybe tighten up some things? What does that look like?
This week was a great week for us. And this week, having both Friday and Saturday, New Year's Day and Saturday, we had 2.5-hour practices, hour film sessions, individual meetings. That really helped us solidify. And we look at our scheduling, when we knew we'd come back from our Texas trip, that we wanted to make sure our guys got a rest, and they all actually got a Sunday off. That was critical. You just got a full day to rest, move back into the dorms, because we knew they would have Monday practice and they'd turn right back and get on a bus. And knowing then also how great that bye is, because the traveling we did before, knowing we had the Hawaii trip but no game on the back, we'll come back and practice Friday, but we'll give them Saturday and Sunday off to really recover and start the home portion of conference play Monday. And this is just kind of the start of it, and you get a whole week to kind of recover from it.
Because of the bye, don't really think about Santa Barbara, Long Beach at this, like the next couple games, right? You don't even think about that till after Hawaii, right?
And you hit on the head. If we were to turn around playing Santa Barbara on Friday or Saturday, I'd be start watching film tonight with them. But we will have a 5-hour plane ride after Hawaii. I will go on the road for some recruiting, take a flight to Seattle. I'll have 2 hours in there. Be back down to LA for some recruiting. Guys will get the weekend off, so we'll be out recruiting, and I'll have plenty of time to catch up on that. And then we'll have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 3 full days of practice before we play Santa Barbara at home.
Great.
Thanks you guys.
Good luck. Michelle,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Let's just